Hello everyone, welcome to FOC class 12. This video is part 9 of Fundamentals of Java Programming for class 12 IT. So let us start. In our previous video, we have discussed about what is an array, its length property, and many more concepts about array. In this video, we are going to cover the example of array and coding errors related to array. So with this video, we will be completing our topic array. So let us start. First of all, let us discuss about example of array. We have taken an example from your book in which we have to create an array to print the class report card for the 5 students. Means there are 5 students in a class and we have to prepare the class report card. So you can see we have done the coding here. The 3 statements. The first 3 statements are the basic statements that we have been using from the very beginning of Java. You are very well familiar with them. Let us start with the main coding part. First of all, we have defined our array as marks, and here we have given marks of 5 students. After it, we have declared a new variable which is total marks. Its data type is double and we have initialized the value as 400. After it, there is a new variable which is I. Its data type is int and we have initialized it as 3. So you can see that we are not only creating an array but also some variables because we want to print the class report card. So for this purpose, we are using a few other variables, other statements also. After it, we have used the for statement, which we have also used in our previous video in a few examples. Also, you can notice we have used the length property here because I told you that length property is the size of the array. So in place of size of array, we can use the length property also. After it, for the statement, for statement, we have given these statements. Double percentage is equal to, means here we have declared a new variable which is percentage. Its data type is double and this is the formula to calculate percentage. After it, there is again a new variable which is result and its data type is string. Then we have used the if else statement because we want to print passed or failed. So for this we have to use the if else condition. The condition is that if percentage is greater than or equal to 40, result is equal to passed. Means if the percentage is greater than or equal to 40, then it will be printed as passed. Else, if it is less than 40, then what will be printed? It will be printed failed. After it, we have used the system.out.print statement because we know that for printing something we use these statements. So also you can notice here in the for statement we have used I plus plus. Why have we used it? Basically, the roll number of the student has to be printed as I plus 1. Why? Because I told you in the array that the position of the array starts from 0. But have you ever heard that roll number starts from 0? No. Roll number always starts from 1. So that is why we have to print from I plus 1. That is why we have used this I plus plus here. So that the roll number can begin from not 0 but from 1. Since the array index begins from 0 but roll number begins from 1. So for this purpose we have used I plus plus. I plus plus means that the value of I will be incremented by 1. Also here we have used these slash t. What is the meaning of them? Let us see. So why have we used this slash t here? Basically the use of slash t is to print a tab between the numbers in the print statement. So this slash t is indicating the use of tab. Tab is a specified space greater than the space bar. Means whenever we are using space bar to give a space, it is a small space. But if we want to give a large space, then the space bar. So in that case, we use the tab key. So for printing a tab between the numbers in the print statement, we have used slash t. So here is the output of our coding. You can clearly see what is the use of slash t. Here specified space is printed between the numbers. You can see in between every number there is a specific space. Also we had used the if else statement, so passed, failed, all these are printed according to the condition. When the percentage is greater than or equal to 40, it will print passed, and when it is less than 40, it has printed failed. Also you can see this is the roll number, and because we had given it as I plus plus, so the roll number has not started from 0 but it has started from 1, because we had given the value as I plus plus, which is equal to I plus 1. That is why the value is starting from 0 plus 1, that is 1. And these are the marks, this is the percentage, and this is the result. So this is the report card of 5 students that we have prepared. Now let us discuss about the common coding errors of arrays. In an of by one error, the loop index if varied from 0 to n instead of 0 to n minus 1. Because sometimes we get confused that the array index goes from 0 to n minus 1 or 0 to n. So if we vary the index from 0 to n, then in that case we get error. How? Let us see this through an example. If the array size is 5, then loop index is equal to 5 is an off by one error, since array index can go only from 0 to 4. Means that here you can clearly see the specified size of array is 5, and we have already learned that whatever is the size of the array, if suppose it is n, then the position index will go from 0 to n minus 1 and not from 0 to n. But if you give the loop index as 5, so it is an error. Why? Because n minus 1 is 4 and not 5. So this will be an error, and what type of error? It will be off by 1 error. Basically the value is greater than by value of 1, so that is why we are calling this error as off by 1 error. Here if instead of equal to we had just put the sign of less than, then it could be the right coding, but we have used it as less than or equal to 5. So here the loop index is 5, which is a coding error, because the loop index never goes from 0 to n, but it goes from 0 to n minus 1. But for this coding where we have given the loop index as same as the size of the array, this will be considered as off by one error. So in this case, an array index out of bounds error occurs and the program terminates unexpectedly with an error as below. Because we had committed an error in the program coding. What error? We had given the wrong loop index. What? We have given wrong loop index, and what was it? It was 5, whereas for length 5 we would have given the index as 4, then it would be correct coding. But here we have committed the error, so because of this error the program will end unexpectedly, and the output that we were expecting to be displayed, it will not be displayed, and instead an error will occur. What will be the error? It will be as is shown here. you can clearly see it is written array index out of bounds exception. This is the name of the error that has occurred because of the mistake that we have committed while writing our coding. And here it is also written index 5 out of bounds for length 5. Means when it is length 5, then index 5 will go out of bound. Means index 4 is n minus 1 for 5, but index 5 it is not is equal to n minus 1. 5 is not equal to 5 minus 1, whereas 4 is equal to 5 minus 1. So because of this, index 5 out of bounds for length 5. Means index 5 is not the correct loop index for the size array 5, and because of this the output is not shown. Instead it is shown build failed. You can recall that in our all other examples the build was successful and our output was displayed, but because here we have committed error while our programming, so the build has failed. Thank you. That was all for today. I hope this video was helpful for you. With this video, we have finished the topic array, its example, its coding error. We have finished the topic and we will be covering the next topic in our upcoming video. Till then, bye bye.